Riveting content. Empowering your life. Welcome to the Sphere. This episode is sponsored by Elite Dental Wellness. At Elite Dental Wellness, Dr. Ashandra Batiste understands that one of the biggest obstacles is dental fear. The vision at Elite Dental Wellness is to ensure every patient is treated with respect, ultimate care, patience, and love. Call us today to make an appointment at area code 713-789-8680. Looking to advertise? Join the Sphere's vast demographic reach of thousands of people all over the world. Send an email today to advertise@thesphere.tv or call us at area code 832-772-7789. KOG and Company. Are your unique gifts and talents changing the world? Do you desire to belong to a community of unity? Visit KOGpassion.com to learn more about the Unleash Your Dopeness movement.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Money Factor here on the Sphere TV. My name is LaShonda Johnson, certified financial educator and also the co-founder of the Houston Housewives of Finance. And
I'm Tony Sanders, also the co-founder of the Houston Housewives of Finance and your licensed financial professional. Hey, welcome back. It's Monday.
Yes.
Hey, we're starting off a little later today, but guess what? Hey, that gives you more time to tell more people that, hey, the Housewives are on, the Housewives are on. Make sure you run and tell all your family and friends, hey, to get connected on Facebook.
Yes. So, hey, things happen, but it's okay.
We're here.
We're here.
Yes.
And we have a great show lined up for you today. So, Tony, we're getting closer and closer to 2018.
I just can't believe it. When I looked at the calendar, LaShonda, I was like, oh, my goodness.
I know. I mean,
you go into the store. Have you ever been to the store at Walmart, especially when you walk in, they have this little countdown calendar. So many more days.
Oh, really?
I'm like, stop saying that.
Oh, I try to stay away from Walmart.
Yeah.
Because I never go in and get the things that I need. I always end up going and getting stuff that I don't need.
Absolutely.
And then I forget the stuff that I do need.
Yeah.
But yes, we are getting closer to 2018. And so what we're trying to do here, or our attempt to do here at Houston Housewives of Finance and the Money Factor, is we want to help you to start preparing for 2018.
Absolutely.
Before it gets here. No more New Year's resolution. In fact, we have a new initiative. We're calling it Declare 2018 right now. And we want to encourage you to start thinking about what you're going to be doing for 2018 as far as your wealth and your health is concerned. So that's going to be our mantra for 2018. Mm-hmm. We're really seriously going to tackle both our wealth and our health. So,
and I really like that, LaShonda. I think that we should stop, waiting. We're always procrastinating and waiting. So you don't have to wait till 2018. Let this be your 2018 right now. For me personally, it's my 2018 right now, and I know LaShonda, it's her 2018, and it's okay to get that jump start. I think that's going to be. See, somebody's already calling her to get started.
Oh my gosh, where did that come from?
Yes, okay. They ready, honey. They ready.
Hey, I'm listening. I'm here. Okay. So now, as we're talking about preparing for 2018, I mean, you guys remember back in 2008. That was a rough year for all of us, and primarily because we had a bear market. If you're not familiar with what a bear market is, it's when the market takes a nosedive, and not in a good way. I mean, and I don't know how a nosedive could be a good thing, but anyway, it was horrible. And so millennials weren't so much affected by them because most of them, Tony, were still in college.
They were young.
Or they weren't even experiencing life just yet. But now the after effects of 2018 are starting to affect millennials. And so CNN had a very interesting article. When I read this, I was like, wow, I never thought of how things can have a delayed reaction for millennials.
Right.
And so we know Generation X's, we have our own challenges.
Absolutely.
But millennials are having some challenges too.
Oh, sure.
And so let's take a look at this article. It's CNN, and it's going to talk about millennials and how the financial crisis affected millennials 10 years later. You want to start that off, Tony?
Sure. It's like, man, they weren't
10
even,
whole years later.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
It says, when the financial crisis hit 10 years ago, the millennials weren't even affected as much as baby boomers or Generation Xers were. They didn't lose the bulk of the real estate or stock market value. Most were only teenagers at that time, and some were just as young as 8. Wow. Can you imagine? I'm 8 years old.
That's what was so funny to me. Wow. I was like, wow, now you're 18.
Now you're 18. It says, now young adults, many are earning a good living, and some even a good chunk of money set aside are moving up. But just because they are paid well and have money doesn't mean that prospering millennials emerging from the financial crisis unscathed. That the impact of this crisis, which began 10 years ago this month, is still affecting people. It's evident as how they spend, save, and manage their money, according to a new study from Merrill Edge. Wow. This cohort of affluent millennials, people ages from 18 to 34 who earn more than $50,000 and have $20,000 to $50,000 in investable assets, is taking a more deliberate path. Overwhelmingly, they're delaying major milestone purchases like real estate, cutting back on discretionary spending, and taking a fiercely self-sufficient approach to their money. And there's evidence that, according to the study, their decisions are in direct response to the financial crisis. Wow.
Yes.
I can't even imagine you're 8.
8 whole years old.
I was playing. I don't know what y'all was doing.
Right.
But now today,
and now I'm being affected by it.
I'm affected.
And my decisions financially is, indirectly affected then, but directly affected now, 10 years later.
Wow.
Yeah. So if you're a millennial, I mean, you may not even understand or know that some of the circumstances from 8 years ago are now the result of what's going on with you today. Isn't that interesting?
That's very interesting.
Yeah. So what it just shows us is that the cycle of money affects, the current people like the baby boomers and the Generation Xers. But later, that cycle is still churning. It's still churning. And it's now caught up to our millennials.
Wow.
And so let's go back and see what else the article has to say. Tony?
It says, according to the study, the recession gave millennials pause when it comes to big life investments. For 78%, the recession was a factor in their decision, but to buy real estate. For the 58%, it affected their higher education plans. And for 53%, the financial crisis led them to put off having children. Wow, we see a lot of that. And they're well aware that these rosy days could end at any time. 80% of affluent millennials say they'll see another recession in their lifetime. You better believe it. 3 in 10 think it will happen in the next 10 years. So, although they are delaying having kids, the top definition of success among these young people to provide for families, 73%, followed by having a family, 52%, making a difference, 41%. They want to have kids and a family, says Levine, but they want us to know that they can provide for them first. I like that. Baby boomers value having impressive resumes and having $1 million were non-starters for those above average earning millennials. Only 11 and 9% respectively said that was an ideal of success. When asked what they would likely to rely on most in 20 years, millennials' top response was their own savings account. That's good.
Yes. I was really glad to read that. And shout out to some of the millennials who do follow us consistently,
right?
And have commented and left comments on the Spear Network website, saying that they know that this show helps, and it's helping them to shape their decisions about money.
Right.
But when you see this, also another key factor is that oftentimes, we hear them say, well, I don't want to have babies yet, or I don't want to have kids, or we don't necessarily hear them say it, but we see
it,
that they're making decisions later.
Right.
And now we have something to tie it back to. And again, I don't even know if they know that that's the reason, But our economic situation in our country, from starting back from 2008, it's affecting a lot of things.
Yes.
And two, had those things not happened in 2008, then maybe there would be more of a heavy reliance on 401ks and things like that. But we saw what that did to people's 401k in 2008. And now we're consistently sending the message of the three-legged stool.
Absolutely. And it's funny that you say that because, I know that you probably do the same thing. But when I'm sitting and I'm meeting with clients, I often remind them, in 2008, this is what happened.
Yes.
In the event that this happens again, how will that affect you?
Well, you just saw what it says is they can expect another recession.
It will affect you.
And so depending on when it is, you see, this is funny, the cycle of life and the cycle of money with life. Because depending on when that next recession hits, a millennial could then be considered a Generation Xer, and our children.
And that's something?
Can now be affected by that later.
Wow.
Their children, not our children, but their children.
Their children.
Because our children are the millennials.
They're the millennials.
But a millennial will become a Generation X, and they're going to have children who will become millennials. And so the cycle of money keeps churning. And the effects keep churning.
That is so interesting.
That's why if you're watching us, you need to understand money. Because maybe, just think about it. If our parents would have had a conversation with us about the recessions that came before us when we were children
that affected us,
and had a conversation with us, look, you better save because this is what happened and this is what could happen.
Right.
Just imagine.
Right.
So I think the positive thing is the direction that we're going here with the Houston Housewives of Finance, our Millennials and Money,
right?
With the education, our national campaign for financial literacy, it's going to put people in a better position to handle the downfalls of the economic downturns in our
I
in our
love
society.
the fact that they're taking control of their own lives, their money. They're saving. They're like, look, I need to save my own money.
Saving is the new cool. And hey, and if you're not cool, I think you better really start addressing that situation.
You need to fix it.
Because it's not going to be cool to be broke.
It's not.
And, no one wants to carry the hashtag broke, throughout their, life from millennial life into their generation.
Now
that's
not cool.
That is not cool. Yes. So very interesting article. Just goes to show that, no one is really not affected by things that happen in our society right now. So let's go to is there anything else in that article? Did we take care of it? Okay. All right. So let's go to the next article, because here's another problem we have.
What do we have?
Okay, this is how to get out of the overspending trap. So we understand that our problem a lot is by our problem of overspending. So if you're watching us, we already know that the majority of us here in America, we overspend. That's just...
Man, I was just in the elevator and they were talking about, have you finished your shopping yet? Always talk about spending money.
I mean, we always shopping.
Always spending money.
Just yesterday, just going to the grocery store, the parking lots are packed. They were packed just yesterday. I was like, wow, this is just the second. And people are already shopping. But we don't ever stop shopping. We just now have an excuse to shop. Because now the holidays
that's very
coming
true.
in. Yes. So what we would like for you to have an excuse to do is go to the dentist. It's that time in our podcast where we need to talk about our first sponsor, which is Elite Dental Wellness. And what we would like for you to do, you guys, is to understand that they have a vision to create a welcoming practice that will offer exceptional dental care and a lifetime of dental wellness. We're committed to the finest possible oral care and the overall health and well-being of our patients. Elite Dental Wellness is built upon a foundation of integrity, expertise, and service. Through our commitment to modern dentistry, continuing education, and friendly atmosphere, we strive to make our patients feel that they are part of our family. Dentistry can be scary, daunting, and uncomfortable. Yes. Dr. Batiste and her team work tirelessly to ensure your comfort. Make sure you schedule your appointment today with Dr. Ashandra Batiste at Elite Dental Wellness. Phone number is 713-789-8680.
Love it.
Oh, we got the thing. We don't have to say thing anymore. But you guys, seriously, if you have an HSA account, don't let that money just go to waste. Make sure you call up Elite Dental Wellness and schedule your cleaning, your fillings, or whatever you need to do, teeth whitening, whatever you need to do. Get it done before the year ends. So now going back to this thing about spending. So we know that that's a problem that plagues America.
Absolutely.
Yes, we're a spending environment and a spending environment country. Period. I mean, no matter what the circumstance, whether it
don't have to be a holiday, birthday.
It does not. And if it's not a holiday, the retailers provide us some form of mechanism for us
sale,
to justify
clearance.
Yes. I mean, does Macy's still do red tag and all of that stuff?
I don't know. I don't go.
Oh, me either. So, see, I don't know. But, so let's look at this article, you guys, because we got to get a hold of this. This is becoming really crazy. What is the best way to control spending? No matter what I do to control spending and pay down my credit card, I always feel like I come back to the same place where I had started with the balance. Having an authorized user is one problem, but most of the expenses are just food, gas, and other expenses that are not luxury. Now, let me just stop right there for a second. Food, luxury, and like it says, not, food and gas, not luxury. That means you don't have a budget.
That's right.
Because if you had a budget, then your cash flow should be able to take care of those things.
That's what I'm trying to understand. Why are you using your credit card
for daily essentials?
Wow.
We shouldn't be doing that. Now, I know some people take their American Express and they use it for points and they put everything on there and they pay it off. I'm not talking about the disciplined user who uses it for that purpose. But for that person that just has not scheduled a budget, they don't have spending money, they don't have gas allocated in their budget, they don't have food allocated, and they don't keep a little, cash to get them through the week. So they just use their credit cards for every single thing.
That can add up.
And I mean, can you just imagine that? But it happens. People do that a lot for every single thing. And so if we understand interest, because a lot of us are not paying these things off in 30 days. So if you're using your credit card to do daily essentials, things like eating, groceries, gas, things like this.
I just want to know, what are they doing with their cash?
Spending it.
On what?
I don't know.
Wow. Now, see, that's interesting to me that, they do have the funds, but you're allocating them to go somewhere else instead of taking care of your responsibilities.
Or you're spending all your funds on the credit card bill. So your money is going to pay the credit card bill. So the credit card bill is helping you to make it from paycheck to paycheck.
If that ain't robbing Peter to pay Paul, I don't know what it is.
No, see, you robbing Peter, and Paul don't have it, and Peter don't have it either. So that's why the credit cards come in.
They call it.
But that's not the thing to do, America. If you're watching us or wherever you're watching us, because you can see us everywhere. Speaking of seeing us everywhere, it's time to end Facebook Live. It's the end. We're only here 15 minutes. So what you need to do right now, this second, this moment, is go to the Sphere and subscribe. Okay? If you're watching us, you can see it right there. Subscribe to our show. And then what you want to do while you're there is write a review. Let us know what you think. I appreciate those of you who have. Please let us know what you think, what you'd like to see, what you'd like to hear. A constructive criticism is also accepted. And while you're there, there is an opportunity for you to donate, because this show is provided completely complimentary. But we would like to continue our cause, and your help is appreciated. So you can donate one time, or you can become a donate patron that continuously donates. Now, we would like for you to also share the show. This is valuable information. We know it because you guys have told us. And so we'd like for you to share the show. We don't know who you know, but you know who you know, and you don't know who they know. So,
all right.
So we need you to share the show, okay? We want everybody to be blessed with this information and be able to have an incredible 2018 as far as their finances are concerned. So please go and share the show. So now let's get back to the spending issue, Tony.
Because this is a real issue.
Let's go back to the article, because it says here's some things you can do to hone in on this. So many Americans have an overspending problem. No kidding.
You think?
It really doesn't matter whether someone makes what's that, 30,000 or 500,000. People have the same challenges of spending, overspending, regardless of the income level. We just had this conversation. Remember, we said people who have money, they don't know about money.
They don't know about money.
And people who don't have money don't know about money. Okay? So credit card debt can be a heavy burden and a tough one to get rid of. Here's what financial experts recommend to help get out of the revolving door of overspending.
Well, let's see.
You think about the revolving door. It keeps turning and spinning and spinning and turning and turning. And, if you got to catch yourself to jump out of it. And so if
they haven't jumped out yet,
people are not jumping out. They're still spinning around in it.
They still in this. They stuck in the door.
And you know how sometimes when that door is spinning and a couple of people try to squeeze in,
and then you get caught in there.
Oh
no!
I think that's what's going on with some of us. We just caught in the doors. Okay,
wow. But
let's look at these tips and see what it has to say. Face the spending music. It's not easy, but step one is to take a hard and honest look at your spending. And so right there, I want to stop and say that's where you need to come to our workshops, because in workshop 1,
absolutely,
we have worksheets for you to start documenting your spending. And you don't know what to change until you know what your habits are.
Absolutely.
And when we're using credit cards and we're just out here willy-nilly, I mean, you don't know what's happening.
You have no idea.
You have no way to track it.
Right.
So workshop number 1 which is called Increasing Cash Flow and Debt Management. We address this situation in our workshop. So you have to come out. Got to come out on a Tuesday night or a Saturday morning. Tuesday night at 7 p.m., Saturday morning at 10 a.m. And the address is 2500 East TC Jester, Suite 345, Houston, Texas 77008. 10 a.m. on Saturday mornings, 7 p.m. on Tuesday nights. And we have a whole workshop, participatory workshop on this topic, which talks about these things.
Right.
And so now let's go back to the article. You want to take the next one?
Sure.
Number 2.
It says, once you know how, am I right?
Find a budget.
Find a budget.
That's number 2.
Find a budget that works for you. I think that's very important. Once you know how much money you are taking in and where it's going, it's time to create a budget. Absolutely. Budgeting is one of the key components of managing money, especially when you are trying to pay down your credit cards. There's no one size fits all budget. It's a trial and error. There are so many different strategies out there. You have to read about them. Find one that you think will work for you and try it. If it doesn't work, ask yourself why, and then try and find another one that will fill that gap. There's a variety of budgeting practices that can rein in spending and better manage your money. For example, the popular 50-30-20 method delegates 50% of your paycheck to necessities like your rent, your utilities, and transportation, 30% to your wants, and 20% to your savings and paying down your debt. You can be even more specific with a top-down budget that gets more specific with the categories, like designating 5% on clothing and 15% on groceries and 10% on going out. But you know what? I see that up there. But you know what? One part I don't like. Can you go back, Gary? I want to make sure that I read that right, because if you're gonna do 30% for your, is that 30%? Towards your wants and 20% towards your savings and paying down your debt? I think that's backwards.
No, that's backwards.
That's backwards.
Yeah, I agree. We teach 70-30.
Absolutely.
And in that 70-30, I like the idea of having more 70% of my income and I can allocate it properly.
Correct.
But we know the biggest expense that people have is their living expenses, which is your rent or your mortgage. And so then after that, you're going to have your utilities. And utilities normally don't take up a lot.
No.
If they do, it's something you're not doing something right.
Right. Especially this time of year.
Especially, yes. Food. We know people spend a lot of money on food eating out.
But you know what they do? They make the mistake. They go to the grocery store and they eat out.
Well, you can't do both.
You can't do both.
No, you can't do both. And if you're going to do both, here's what you do. You need to have a budget for how much you're going to spend out. And that can be in the entertainment category.
Correct.
But if you're not going to eat the food that you go out to the store to shop to get, then, hey, if you want to. So if you have a budget for $100 every week on groceries and you don't cook the food, then just that can be your food you eat out with. I mean, it doesn't matter how you do it.
Right.
But here's what you do need to do. You need to contact us at 1-844-700-4463. Sit down with us. Have a strategy. Get some input. You know, I like the first one. It says just take a hard look at your finances. And the thing to do is have a professional look at that with you. Have Tony and I or one of our affiliates in any one of our brands sit down with you and help you to look objectively at your spending habits.
Absolutely.
And create a budget.
And recognize that there is a problem.
Yes.
That there's a problem. So that's first and foremost, because a lot of people are walking around saying, oh, I'm good. But you don't know that. You don't know that. And you don't have a budget. You're just spending money using your credit cards. You have to sit down. You need to do a budget today, today, before the holidays.
Do not let 2018 slide in here on you and you don't have a plan. You've got to have a plan, and a budget is a major part of that plan. Absolutely. Because it's an allocation of the funds that you work so hard to make.
Absolutely.
So you've got to have an allocation of that money that's coming in.
And then when you're doing the budget, recommend that you stay consistent with it. If it doesn't work, like they said, try something else, but you've got to stick to it.
Yes.
You've got to stick to it.
Yes, and I want to encourage you guys that if you do have a plan and a budget and you stick to it and it works well for you, let us know about it. I mean, you can hit us up. We would love to hear from you. Give you an opportunity to share. That's one of the things that we're going to be doing in 2018. We want to hear more from you guys. So I love that we're doing the Declare Your Decisions in 2018.
Absolutely.
So if you follow us on the Houston Housewives of Finance official, if it doesn't say official,
it's not us.
It's not us. We've got a post there that says it's December. Declare your decisions for 2018. We want you to declare them now. You go in the comment field, declare your decisions, and you'll have an opportunity and a chance to appear with us in one of our medium forums.
Absolutely.
So, because we want to have more success stories.
I think people need to hear that.
Yes.
They need to hear that it works, and it's, people think, oh, a budget, I'm not going to be able to do this, I'm not going to be able to do that. No, that's not true. That's not true at all. We still are able to do the things that we want to do within our means.
Yes. Declare live. Yes. So how would you like to be sitting here with us on this show and explaining to people some decisions you've made and how they've worked for you? Wouldn't that be awesome?
That would be awesome.
So that's our Declare 2018 campaign.
That's awesome. So we're about to declare this. This portion of the show is being sponsored by KOG and Company. Are your unique gifts and talents changing the world? Unleash Your Dopeness is a people empowerment movement built to encourage the masses to operate outside of their fears and have the gall to recklessly pursue their dreams and passions in life. Join the thousands of others as we unlock the greatness that dwells inside. Shop dope gear at KOGpassion.com. That's KOGpassion.com. Use the coupon DOPE for 10% off exclusive Unleash Your Dopeness apparel. Act now. Sizes are selling out fast. This makes a great holiday gift. Please go and check it out at KOGpassion.com.
Yes.
I'm passionate about this finance here.
Hey, I'm telling you,
man,
I'm so looking forward to 2018, though.
You talking about a great Christmas gift? How about get your finances in order?
Yes, and so I'm excited about 2018 because it's like we get to start anew. Okay, so but you don't have to say out with the old, in with the new. You don't have to wait until January to do that. We want you to do that right now. Okay. And so you can just make a list of essential things that you need to do. Number one is have a strategy, a personal financial strategy. Number two, get educated. Come to the workshops. Number three, sit down with a professional quarterly. I think it should be done quarterly.
I do too, because when you drop off, then you can know. But sometimes if you don't have those regular meetings, you've let a small problem get into a really big problem, and we could have
too late to fix it after the end of the year.
Really quickly.
So have a quarterly sit down. You do need to, have an annual review, but have a quarterly sit down and take a look at what's going on with your finances and see what you need to do to correct it. Make sure you know where you're going.
Absolutely.
Your budget, yes, but what do you need for retirement? How's that going for you? We want to know, how's that going for you? I mean, have you given yourself a raise in what you're saving? These things are important.
That's very important.
Let's go back to this list about our spending, because we won't be able to do any of these things if we don't get our spending under control. Go on a cash diet.
I like it.
I like it. Only using cash at the checkout counter can help curb overspending, overspending if
you're right.
Since it provides spending, I can't see clearly. Since it provides a more tangible signal of money leaving your possession. So we call that the envelope system. So you are going to take cash into the grocery store. Take cash to your to pay your bill. Whatever you're going to do, use the envelope system. And just recently here, I did put a few clients on that. And at first they were like, wow, we're going to have a lot of envelopes. I'm like, you know what? It's okay.
That's
right. You're going to have some of the same envelopes. You're just going to repeat using them. But that gives you a grip on how much money you're spending. And it also makes you stick to your budget.
And I tell you what, if it's not in that envelope, you can't spend it.
You don't have it. You don't have it. I actually did that some years ago. And this was way before even coming into the industry. It was introduced to me several years ago. I want to say about 10, 12 years ago I did it. And it really in 6 months time I was able to see an immediate turnaround with my finances in 6 months.
Right.
And I did it consistently for 6 months. And
because I know you went through a program and they use that system, right?
Yes, yes. And so the thing with the envelope system is it encourages so much discipline.
And that's needed.
And it's needed, and especially at the grocery store, because we always tend to put things in the basket that we don't need. So
don't talk about it. I did it the other day.
You go to the grocery store, you're not hungry. I mean, when you're hungry and everything looks so good, I want to try that, and now let me just say this. The grocery stores and like the Sam's and Costco's, notice, this is a marketing strategy, you guys. I want you to take heed on this. The people that sample the food through the stores.
Wow.
Most of the things that you're sampling, these are not things that are on your list. But you taste it.
And
it tastes good. You throw it in the basket. It deters you from your list. And it makes you spend
I don't
more
want this.
money.
I'm going to get this.
Or it makes you spend the money you don't add it.
You didn't allocate to spend that money.
And notice, the only person I see that doesn't do it is Walmart. But Costco does it. Sam's does it. HEB is
they get you.
They get you. I mean, all through the wine section now. They let you sample wine. I mean, you can go in the grocery stores and get a little tipsy.
Yeah,
you sample wine, you sample cheese, you sample all kinds of stuff.
You full when you come out of there.
Exactly. And then you're like, oh, that tastes good. Let me get one of those. That was not on the list.
That's not on the list.
Don't fall for it. But if you're disciplined enough to taste everything in there and not walk out with it, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yes. So going back to this spending list, just trying to give y'all some tips, let y'all know what people are trying to do with you. Small tweaks can bring big savings. Go ahead, Tony.
It says making a few changes in your spending can add up to a significant savings. Let's say you buy a $5 coffee every day on your way to work. Cutting back to 3 cups during the week, you can save around $40 a month. That's almost $500 a year.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Picking one area of your spending to focus on and cutting back, you can also help reduce your spending. For many people, food is a budget buster. I agree. As a society, we waste so much money on food. It's incredible if we can just cut back there on things you don't need, and the things that go badly quickly will help so much. Wow, I agree on that. The food thing.
Yes.
When I'm doing people's budget, all I see is eating out. Mm-hmm.
We spend a lot of money on food, and what helps you?
And then that also plays into our health.
Oh, wow. Which is what I was just going to say, Wealthy and Healthy. If you haven't liked our Wealthy and Healthy Facebook page, please go and like that page, Wealthy with a $sign and Healthy. Listen, I mean, 2018, we're going to have a lot of things to help you get your health on track so that you can now be in a position to build wealth, you know. Something that we're very passionate about here. And if you meal prep and meal plan, then that helps to curtail some of that.
Right. And plan it out. It's like you're planning for your finances. You got to plan out for your health as well, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's important. Because eating, I mean, food. I mean, especially with bachelors and people who are single.
But couples,
well,
let me say, married couples with children too, because people's lives are so
they don't
extremely.
Have time.
They don't have time.
That's why you got to
what they do is they run through the fast food. Let's grab something on the way to practice. Let's grab something on the way home. Can you pick up something for dinner? And your budget is gone. Your healthy eating habits are gone. And man, I tell you personally, I'm on a challenge, and I challenge each and every one of you under the sound of my voice, and that you can hear and see me, that join us in our Wealthy and Healthy campaign. I am serious about getting my health and my wealth together, because, you know, once you see that, hey, this is not going in the direction financially or towards your wealth, you've got to make some changes. So now's the time to make those changes. So you have to join us in this campaign to fight it.
Yes.
It's a journey.
It is a journey. It is a lifestyle change.
A lifestyle change.
You know, even the whole journey of building wealth is a lifestyle change.
It's a lifestyle. Because you can't do the things that you're accustomed to doing, that you have to be uncomfortable. And we've all gotten to that place.
We don't like to be uncomfortable.
We don't want to be uncomfortable.
No. And we don't like denying ourselves of anything.
Right. What do you mean I can't have it? I can't do this. I work hard for this money.
Yeah, you do. That's the reason why you should make sure you do the right things with it.
Absolutely.
So, yes, absolutely. 2018 is going to be a great year for both wealth and health. We're declaring that now. That's my decision personally.
Absolutely.
And I'm not waiting to January to start saying, okay, starting January 1, I just started my 10-day green smoothie thing today. And I'm excited about it, you know, and I'm
so sore right now, y'all. I've been walking and the sister wasn't doing nothing, but I tell you, my back, my neck, everything hurt. Okay. But I don't care. I'm sticking to it.
Absolutely.
So this portion of the show is being sponsored by The Sphere. Are you starting a business or looking for a place to advertise, or do you have a need to reach out to thousands of people across the world to build your brand or sell your product? If so, get your product placement and advertising needs handled right here at The Sphere. We offer a wide variety of content delivery platforms, including iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Stitcher. Plus, we have a vast demographic reach within the United States, as well as modern countries across the globe. Our enriched content and inspiring dialogue, coupled with your strategic ad, is surely to hit the mark each and every time. Call us today at area code 832-772-7789, or give us an email, send an email over to advertise@thesphere.tv. I tell you got to get with The Sphere. I wish we had some music or something for The Sphere.
I know. Okay.
This is what we really need.
Note to Gary. Yeah. So another thing I'm excited about is the things that are going to be happening here at The Sphere in 2018. It's going to be awesome. Like it's not already. It's already off the chain, but it's going to be even more dope.
And you know what? Every year it gets better and better and better.
Yes.
And we add so much. So we're adding. We're growing.
And so and that's what we want to be able to say about our finances is every year they're getting better and better. And so if you can't say that, then don't worry. 2018 is your year, okay? Let's go back to this spending article, though, because we're not through. That was it? That's it? Okay, so now that you have the tips on what to do to curtail your spending, let's look at this saving issue. Because if you don't tackle the saving issue, then this is all in vain.
Is my living in vain? Well, I think that's a big problem. We talk about this quite often, about people are just not saving anything. You've got to start somewhere. You've got to figure out how you can cut back and save it. Spend less and save more.
And if you have a cash flow problem, then you have to increase your cash flow.
That's the only way.
That's the only way.
That's
you can't pull blood from a turnip.
At all.
Does blood come out of a turnip?
At all. You know, it's so funny how the sayings from back, you know.
Yes.
Like, who created that?
Who said that? But, I mean, we just keep saying it, you know. But anyway.
You need to fix your finances.
You do.
And we're going to keep saying it and keep saying it until you
gotta
get it.
Pay yourself. You must. I mean, are you guys paying attention to what's going on in our country? Oh my gosh, every day is something new. I mean, there's this new tax bill that we talked about maybe 2-3 episodes ago, and we're going to talk about it again because, man, it is an uproar in Congress.
Baby, what?
Over this thing that was just shoved in people's face real quick. Sign it, and there you go. Man, this Trumponomics is no joke.
It's no joke.
So you are going to have to save. And the article is going to support that because maybe you guys don't like listening to Tony and I. But
it's in black and white.
CNN is saying the same thing. Choose to tackle your own saving crisis. So the word here, keyword, is crisis. It's a crisis when you're not saving because you're not going to be able to make it
at all
if you're not saving.
Right.
You know, America's already in a crisis with the working class shrinking. So, like you said earlier on the first article, millennials are saying, we know that our savings is important.
Right.
Okay, well, everybody needs to know that. So let's take a look at this article. Okay, if you're like most Americans, you're not saving enough. Did we not just say that?
All the time.
Okay. So while there have been some improvements over the past few years in America's household savings, we're still among the worst savers in the industrialized world. Oh my gosh.
Not the worst. But wait a minute, the worst is even highlighted. I mean, it's like in a different color.
Yes.
Wow.
That's a link. So it can take you back to information so you can read even more on worst savers.
Wow.
We are the worst. We're the wealthiest country here, but we're the worst, okay? Around 44% of adults say they could not could not cover an emergency expense costing $400.
Wait.
Tony said I had to take a drink on that.
$400. You're telling me 44% of Americans don't have $400 to cover? But I
saw it. It's in black and white.
But you're out eating
with the blue links,
and you're out partying. We're not taking care of our responsibilities.
That's the long and short of it right there. But let's go back to it.
Wow.
44%, you guys, or we're covered by selling something or borrowing money, according to data from the Federal
Who are you going to borrow from? They don't have it either.
I guess 44% of us don't have
it. And then the people who do have it, we're not going to give it to you. Why? Because we know you'll have to pay it back. Come on now. That's just 44% don't have $400.
That's close to half of our country. That is 6% shy of being half of us that live here in America.
Wow.
Now, if that's not a staggering statistic, I don't know what is, but it's the reality. So,
wow.
Hey, let's go back to the article. So, it says the dire savings rate, which dropped 3.2% in September, according to the newly released data from the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis, has some financial experts calling this a saving crisis.
You better believe it.
So, and that's why we're doing a campaign to educate 1 million people by the year 2020, because we have a saving crisis.
But when we educate you, you still have to take action.
You do.
Because you can have all the knowledge in the world, but if you don't create a plan to save it, you still have the same problem. You just have the knowledge.
Yes.
That's it.
It is.
Wow.
I mean, sad. Okay, let's continue.
I want to, yes, please, because I'm like, where is this going?
Okay. You can pick it up from there, Tony.
It says with over 1 million bank accounts linked to MoneyLion, a consumer finance app, the firm has a first-hand look at what is really going on with our user savings. What we see consistently is that the average savings balance is around $700. Wow.
That's actually improved because it wasn't even that.
Remember, we didn't have it. Yes. They didn't have anything, but that's just for this app.
Yeah, look at that. Over 70% don't have more than $2,000 in savings.
Wow.
It's a saving crisis. Really. Like, really, you guys, seriously.
It's a serious problem.
Yes.
It says there are 3 financial tools that can help you take control of your own savings. Acorns Later. Acorns is a spare change investment savings app introduced in Acorns Later, which allows investment is an IRA tax advantage way to save for the future. Hey, I have an Acorn account. Where savings crisis, the majority of our customers don't have save into a 401k. Now we even getting into another bigger problem. You don't have no personal savings, and you don't have no retirement savings.
No.
Wow.
We have a savings crisis.
America, we have a serious
savings
crisis.
So you guys, this is the thing that we talk about all the time. You've got to do that. You've got to do that 70-30. You got to own some of your income and put it away. If you don't, man, you're going to be one of these statistics that we're talking about that's not retiring with dignity. But now let's not even talk about retirement. This thing just said you can't even come up with $400 for an emergency.
44% of people.
44%. This is serious.
This is very serious.
And so it's not, of course, financial literacy is the thing that we're pushing through education forums. And might I add, we here at Houston Housewives of Finance Official and all of our brands, we're providing multiple events, free events for you to come out and get educated and get someone to help you.
Right.
But now you have people like CNN and all of these, the internet is going crazy now with talking about the problems.
All kind of articles.
Talking about the problems with people saving and lack of retirement funds, college debt. The message is everywhere.
It's there.
But the education is not everywhere.
Right.
How to handle it or tackle it is not everywhere. So that's what we're doing here at the Money Factor and Houston Housewives of Finance. We're trying to help you guys.
Right. So you need to get in contact with us. Contact me, Tony S. at the HoustonHousewivesOfFinance.com and
LaShonda J. at HoustonHousewivesOfFinance.com.
You can also reach us on info at HoustonHousewivesOfFinance.com. We're also on all social media platforms, including LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Meetup. Just Google us. You will find us. Trust me. If you are in these numbers, you need assistance.
Yes.
You need help.
We want you to seriously do what we're talking about today. Number one, just sit down and take a serious look. Get some help with it. Let's stop being in denial about our problems.
That's a big thing.
Let's stop that. It is time out to stop being in denial about where you are. You need to have a reality check and understand that these statistics are not pretty. And if you're in them or not. We don't have to tell you. Most people know where they are.
They know where they are.
But whether or not they're going to take action is the question. So like you said, Tony, it doesn't make sense to know these things and not do anything about it.
Right. And then the resources
reach out.
The resources are available to you. So you can't say that there's no one there to help you or you don't have the money, you can't afford it. We're offering our services complimentary to you to help you and your family and your friends to get back on track.
And just in case if you don't understand what complimentary means, that means free.
It's free.
Yes.
Because how long can we possibly as a country continue to have no savings for retirement? It's not going into the right direction.
It's not going to work. It's not going to work out for us as a country. And as a country, we're even in serious debt.
Yes.
And guess how the country pays its debt? From you and I through taxes. Oh my gosh, I don't like Uncle Sam. That's the relative I don't like.
Right.
You got a relative you don't care too much for.
And that's him.
And they come over, you be like, I'm going to not be home. Yep. That's the one, Uncle Sam.
But he don't care where you are.
He don't care. He's like, yeah, we're going to still have conversations no matter you're at home or not. I'm going to get my piece.
Right.
Let's go back to this article and see what else it has to say. MoneyLions Plus, this is another one. And we can flip through these. These are tools that you can use, you guys. Okay. These are apps. Bright Plan. Okay. I don't care what you use. You scroll
Just
down. You can
use
scroll
one.
down some more.
Yeah,
those are three tools.
There's a lot of apps out there. Just really use them. And one thing that I like about the apps is because you can set it up, you know, for, I don't think one is better than the other, but just set it up. I have so much coming out every month, and then every time I spend something, guess what? It takes the change, you know, and you know how you used to have the change in your pocket? I don't have to have my purse weighed down with change anymore. It goes directly into this account, and I've seen it really build up significantly, because hey, as long as you're spending, there's going to be something. Even if it's no change left, I believe it takes like $1.
Yes,
it takes $1.
So you guys, here the moral of the story is, doesn't really matter what you do
something,
but you must do something. Okay. And the reason you have to do something is because of the information we've talked about today. We've built the case. We've been building the case for now 84 episodes. 84. This is 84 today. 84 weeks we have been talking about you getting your life right with your finances.
Right.
Okay. 84 weeks we've been talking about the Saving Your Future book, which we're going to read briefly out of right now, so that you can understand again the importance of this.
Right.
So let's go to the Saving Your Future book. If you don't have it, shame on you. Okay. We don't have to tell you guys how to make money. You know how to do that. You're going to figure it out. Some of us need to make more money though. We need to increase our cash flow.
Absolutely.
Okay. Save money. This whole message today.
This is,
you know, it's been about the urgency of being serious about saving. And when you do save it, it's important that it grows.
Right.
And you need to protect it. Financial concepts and solutions may not be the most exciting subject. We know that. But with discipline and patience, you can learn and understand the fundamentals. I was sounding like I did the fundamentals. The fundamentals. If you can understand the fundamentals, you can build a good financial foundation, you guys. This is not rocket science. It just takes discipline and consistency.
Absolutely.
Okay? Financial independence is not a dream. It is a priority. Take control of your future.
Absolutely.
You must. They're saying it on CNN. You can Google whatever you want.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere. This is becoming a universal message in our country now.
And this is not the first time that we've done a show about savings and people needing to save more. So I mean, hey, if you are in those numbers of the 44% of people who cannot, in the event of an emergency or some kind of crisis in your family, and you don't have $400, you definitely need to reach out to the Houston Housewives of Finance. Hey, just give us a call. We have a no judgment zone. We're only here to help you.
That's it.
And that's the thing. People don't want.
I love that. No judgment zone.
Absolutely, because
use that a lot.
People are going to, you know, they don't want to be judged. They don't want to be judged, and I know because I've been there before. But once you make up your mind, you know that hey, I'm going to change my life. Hey, it doesn't matter.
It's nothing like a made up mind.
A made up mind.
The problem is some people have not made up their mind.
They haven't made up their mind
because you just still like spending. Because really the root of why people don't do certain things. When it comes to saving and things like that, because you like spending. You don't want to change.
You don't want to change.
In this situation, change is good.
Absolutely.
Change is imminent. You must.
Right. And they know they need to. But again, I think a lot of people not ready, don't want to be judged, and don't know how to get started. But here we are saying we are a resource for you here. She says 84 episodes. What are you waiting for?
84.
84 episodes.
So let's look at the Saving Your Future book again, Tony. Can you tell them about the foundation?
Absolutely. So the financial foundation is like building a house. You should start with a solid foundation and build it from the ground up. So you have to have the protection. That's just like that's going to hold it together. That's the foundation is going to hold that house together. And then you have your debt management. Again, we talked about it. You need to be living on 70-30. 70% of going to your living expenses. 30% of that you need to save it. And emergency funds. Wow, we just saw only 44% of Americans can't even come up with $400. So we already know you have to have at least $1,000 and build from there. You want to build it up to at least 3 to 6 months of expenses, but you don't even have $400. Investments. Most people are doing investments backwards. Their investment, but their foundation is not even built.
They don't have a financial house.
Built. So
a lot of people like to jump on the roof.
Oh no. And when they fall, though.
Well, when you fall, there's nothing down, no cushion.
That's what I'm saying.
Can you imagine?
No.
Walking a tightrope, you fall. There's no net.
Nothing there to. No,
yes, your house, financial house, is your cushion. It's your bounce back. Yes, because investments is it. You know, you can win or lose.
Yeah.
If you lose, you still need to be able to have your cushion there. Your house has to be solid. If you win, hey, great. Now you can go remodel the house a little bit more.
I like that. Now it's time to remodel. But if you lose and you fall off the roof
and there's nothing there, ooh, a hard fall.
Ooh.
Anyway, let's continue. So let's go back to the book.
It says, first, you should have proper protection in the event of disability, health problems, and premature death. Absolutely. You should reduce your liability so that you can get out of debt. You should set aside 3 to 6 months of your income, which I said, and deal with sudden changes in your job, your business, to pay off unforeseen accidents or repairs. And you should have save and invest for the long run. Hey, we cannot save. That was the word of the day.
Yes. Saving is the word
save.
Of the day. Hashtag save.
Because we've said save so many times today in this episode.
Oh my gosh. If we had to transcript today, you would, and number the times we've said save. How many times? Save.
I'm just
what
saying.
Should you be doing?
Saving.
Okay. So what I like to say about saving is, as we're looking through that house, now talking about investments, so another thing a house can't do is it's not complete without the roof. The roof seals it.
Absolutely.
Investment seals it. So you've got to have something to grow your money. If you're not, you can't just stuff it under the mattress. There can't be any more of this, cookie jar saving mentality. You've got to take some risks to get something too. And millennials, you're in a better position than anyone to do that because you have time.
You have time.
And so your money has to go to work for you. And you have to know your risk tolerance. We've talked about this. Again, sit down with us, please. Give us a call at 1-844-700-4463. Reach out to us. You can email us at info@HoustonHousewivesOfFinance.com. You can DM us on Instagram. You can inbox us on Facebook. You can Google us. Do whatever you need to do, but reach out.
Absolutely.
Okay? You've got to reach out so you know what you are doing.
Love it.
Okay?
So that you can save.
Yes, you got to save. Okay? And the last thing we wanted to highlight here in the Saving Your Future book, you got to understand how money works. I want to leave you with this because the wealth formula, you need to know how to build wealth.
Absolutely.
Just like we don't know how to build a house. We just gave you the foundation for your house to build a financial house. You got to understand how to build wealth. Okay? You need some money. Money doesn't grow on trees, you guys. You must work for it. We understand that. If you want to build wealth, there's a formula for you to build on. Okay? Money needs some time. You've got to get enough interest to beat inflation and taxes. A lot of us are living on the negative side of interest. We're paying out more interest than we're actually receiving on what we're saving. But of course, that means you've got to be saving. So when you save, you want to make sure that you're receiving enough interest to outpace taxes and inflation. Then you can build wealth. If that's not happening for you, then wealth won't happen for you. It's not going to happen. Okay? So, man, this has been an awesome episode.
This has been a Saving Your Future episode, for real.
Absolutely has.
This right here. And it's opened the minds of people to let them know, look, this thing is really serious. I think the thing that's going to stick with me the most today is only 44% of Americans have $400 in case of a medical emergency.
Yes. Any kind of emergency, medical or not.
Wow.
Yeah. And then, they're going to borrow from people who are in the 44% with them.
Because the other percentage, they're not going to give it to you because they know you're not going to pay them back. I'm just being real.
We're just being real.
Yeah.
So, you guys, please make sure you go and subscribe to The Sphere so you can watch this show in its entirety. Make sure you share the show. Make sure you write a comment. And make sure that you tune in next week on Monday. We'll be back at our regular time of 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
We're looking forward to seeing you. We're looking forward to 2018. Make sure you declare 2018. Declare your decisions. Leave a comment section leave a comment of your declaration on our Facebook page on the post, and we will see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.